做一个好人是什么感受？便是觉着这世间无一不好，无一不善内心，坦坦荡荡，无所愧疚，生来欢喜，死亦无愧。
Hello, good evening. Good evening. Yes. Ooh, let me sit down first. We have a fantastic rally tonight, the final finale. I'm very proud of my team. Right, everyone did very well. Right, very well. Beyond my expectation for so-called a young and new team. Right, because I believe it's because we speak with passion and what really passionate about our values and the core values and the vision for Singapore. Right? And then I pass it to Derek to say something. You are one of the best speakers.
Hello, hi. We are at Al Makan after the rally. So before we enter polling day off, I hope you go through our profile on the Facebook People's Power Party Facebook, our individual profile, what our values and what we are fighting for. Alright, Yoma? Yeah. And understand what you're voting for. It's not for the fish, for the egg. It's for the next 5 years. Next 5 years. Who are you putting into the parliament? And I always said they changed the law for the next pandemic. Ask yourself, if you voted for Goh Meng Seng into the parliament, is he more valuable than other PAP MPs? Can he create more values and ask more questions that will shed more transparency and make our parliament a much better place?
Yeah. Will. Come.
Okay. I think tonight being our finale, our final rally, I'm really proud of the team. Everyone spoke from their hearts, and it's obvious that we are a party with a mission. And it's not about being popular, but it's about speaking the truth. And everyone did their best to do what they knew was right. And I'm super proud of the team. And to all the Singaporeans who are listening, I hope that you can see where we stand as a party from this. Because the message from us is very clear. And it's up to you guys now to decide who do you want to lead Singapore and what values do you believe in and how do you make this decision. It is in your hands.
Yeah. All right, Martin, come.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you. I'm happy that we have delivered a very powerful message to the people, the voters of Tampines and Ang Mo Kio GRC, why you should vote for Goh Meng Seng and the People's Power Party, because this concerns your life and my life. We are not going to play the game of death with the vaccine mandates that will criminalize you, throw you into prison or fine you if you refuse to jab in the next pandemic. This is my key message to all of you. Please vote wisely. We also are the only party that advocates pro-family values. You can compare our manifesto and our messages with other parties. Thank you and good evening.
Samuel, come. Yay!
Hello, good evening everyone. Okay, welcome to this GMS late night chat. Okay, I'm Samuel, and today I want to make sure everyone remember what I spoken just now. I used the analogy of the air crash situation to the decline of the total fertility rate, the population policy. So when you have a bad policy, you are like a bad pilot steering into the crash. And I want to add on that just now some of my colleagues mentioned about this, the predictive and preventive maintenance in our MRT. I suggest everyone to watch at the Mayday those kind of the air crash documentary called the Alaskan Flight 261. That was a case where people trying to delay the time, need to lubricate certain the nut screw or all those kind of thing, end up the whole some mechanical problem and the plane crash into the sea. So these are the valuable lessons that already learned in the overseas, but our government doesn't learn from that and still want to commit the same mistake that people learned 20 years ago. Yeah. With that, I'll pass my mic to the next speaker, Abba.
Come.
Salam semua.
Louder, louder.
Salam semua. Jangan lupa tengok our live rally dan baca kita punya manifesto dan undilah dengan bijak. Undilah kami.
Now, I just want to say something. We want a trustworthy government. A trustworthy government cannot depend on checks. Own self, check own self. It must be scrutinized, properly scrutinized, not only by one party, but better with multiple parties, because you need a lot of people to look at the blind spot, right? And most of the time when people get very used to status quo, they start to lose sight of the danger ahead. Right? This is number one. Number two, I think trust itself will have to come with how to deal with responsibility and accountability, with transparency. If you do not have transparency, people will be stuck to actually guess, what is this, what is that? How do you actually come up with trust a government when your government try to hide so many things, right? And trust definitely cannot come from something like laid out saga, right? It is a matter of public interest. How national assets have been allocated to our ministers, especially assets under the very ministers who is in charge of the ministry, right, or the state board. Right? This is a blatant conflict of interest that nobody want to talk about. It is not whether it's properly done, but conflict of interest have been dealt with transparency and how it is done with full investigation. And our party actually wants the CPIB to be put under the executive presidential office, not the Prime Minister office, right? It should be independent of the executive. That is important to have trust. So this is something that very core to us. Separation of powers, proper separation of powers, which unfortunately I cannot touch on it due to the constraint of time just now, right? And I have to apologize for just now. Some of the footages doesn't have sound because the mic was off. Our mic was off, but I believe CNA will have a full live stream. I hope you can watch a CNA live stream as well. Better anything?
Hello, yeah, so just now, Meng Seng actually shared about the separation of power and counterbalance checking, not own self check own self. So just remember, while entering the cooling off day, remember about this torch. We will shine the torch of light of truth in the parliament, illuminate the parliament, and if the Workers' Party don't speak out, we will use their hammer and knock their head. Use our torch to burn their ass. And same goes for PAP. Use their lightning to strike their head and use our torch to burn them. Okay? Remember the torch.
Now, it is not easy for anyone to hold the torch. Although the torch gives light to a lot of truth, but sometimes, many times it's inconvenient truth that many people refuse to acknowledge and refuse to face. People want to live in their dreams. But this torch sometimes will burn ourselves, right, when we hold the torch. A lot of people will criticize us for what we do, what we say, but it doesn't matter. We are truthful to our own conscience. And we hope that we want the government, the whole institution, to hold truth into their hearts, as well as not to lose their soul. And that's very important. We felt that the government, in fact, many parties have lost their soul, right? This is something of a bigger crisis than Trump tariff. Trust me, right? A nation doesn't fall from the challenges that it face from outside, but actually falls when the values start to corrupt and got rotten from within. That is a message we want to send across. So for people in Ang-Mo-Kio, especially in Tampines, please vote for us. We do not need 51% to go into parliament. We only need 35%. Just remember that. Just remember that. We still have hope if we can bring this torch into Parliament and brighten up the parliamentary process. Right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone has said what needs to be said. My only thing I'd like to say last is to thank everyone so much. Thank you for your support. We could not have done this without you. We don't want to forget that we're all normal people, but it's the support that that you've given us that allowed us to stand in this way also. So thank you so much to every single person out there who believes in us and who lent us their support and their confidence. We're truly grateful to everyone. Yeah.
And to tell you that these people have many fears, internal fear before they step forward. I have to convince them to step forward, right? Because they are not the usual politician that the Workers' Party or the PAP looks for. The scholars, the top civil servants, right, and whatnot. They are just common people like you and me, right? They are afraid that people will laugh at all of us. Definitely, I tell you. I've been through this just because I'm a veteran, right? I know how to deal with it, but these young people are very new, very wrong. But after this battle, I assure you, I have observed every one of them, right? Actually, I can retire now because they are up to the mark to call for the next challenge, right? Whatever the results comes on Saturday or Sunday morning, right? We will carry on to carry this torch forward. That's number one. Number two, I have made a promise. We will build our party strong enough to contest Marine Parade by the Heights. Because I cannot bear to see voters being betrayed of their rights to vote. And I take upon myself to ensure such betrayal would not happen again. Right? With that, right? Hey, William. Yeah, William, come. Now, William is our hero. Without him, we will not have our rallies because he did all the logistics in spite of running a campaign. Right? He's a great hero. We have 4 rallies as a small party running 4 rallies in this campaign. It is not easy. It is not easy. Without William and without the donors, right? Those people who support us from the back, we cannot make it. And I can tell you, a lot of doctors actually agrees with us, but they cannot come forward to speak for fear of losing their license to practice their livelihood. But it's okay. We will be the front line. We spoke what inside their conscience, right? And I hope all the doctors, one of these days, took up the courage and say enough is enough. We cannot do this to our people with a mandatory vaccination order. Right, William?
Okay, I only say one word. Too hungry already. But okay, I hope that all the GrabFood delivery or any delivery and those drivers, remember, I'm here to support you. If you can, vote for us.
Right. You speak a lot today.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming to our rallies, and I hope you all look through all the 4 rallies we had. It was unbelievable how we managed to pull off 4 rallies with the support we had. We have to thank all our funders, especially those medical doctors and people who stand by us. They believe a lot in us. And let me not bore you. Please make your decision wisely and look through all our rallies. Thank you.
Just a clarification. Not only the doctors supported us, right? The lawyers are supporting us, but as I say, they are unwilling to step forward in the open to say, right? But they know what is human rights. They're concerned about the infringement of the rights of every Singaporean, right? So I hope one of these days, 我们要平反的 all this nonsense will have to come out in light, and everyone will speak up without fear nor favor. Okay, that's all from Tampines team. Tampines 201D. Right. Have a good night. And spend your time in cooling all day. Tomorrow, go through our manifesto, watch our rallies, snippets if you can, and the choice and the vote is yours. And the future lies in your hand. Thank you and good night. Yeah.
Amy,
Bye.
sweet.
Bye.